I'm gonna put
Is
this in
there,
case the audio is not correct.
is there any non-agenda public comment?
We have no in-person, non-agenda public comment. We actually have no participants in person or virtually, so no.
Okay, if, I'm gonna proceed until you tell, if someone comes in, then you let me know and we'll give them their opportunity then. Okay, the first, agenda item is supposed to be selecting the date, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna select a date for our next meeting. And the community engagement coordinator will be, do you have any recommendations for dates?
Yes, I recommend July 17th, which is a Thursday. July 10th, we have folks out of state.
July 13,
17th,
17, which is a Thursday, the day after the regular meeting.
yes.
Is that acceptable to you?
Hmm?
All right, and relative to the time of the meeting, we had hoped that 6:30 would mean less traffic, but in fact it was, I don't know, how was it for you?
Wasn't too bad for me.
It wasn't as bad as it is at 5 o'clock. And
For you?
for me at least, it was bad, but it wasn't as bad.
Oh, for me,
It
it
took me
was terrible.
35 minutes as opposed to an hour and 5 minutes.
Wow.
6
So,
You mean it took
o'clock.
you an hour and 5 instead of 35?
no.
Really? Faster?
Today it was a
Wow.
bit faster than normal,
Okay.
but it was still like traffic.
Okay,
like,
then we'll keep,
10 points, so.
we'll keep it at 6:30 unless Commissioner Canson can't make it then. Do we wanna move it earlier if Commissioner Canson can't make it? Or you like the
I
6:30?
kind of like the 6:30 if that's okay with you guys.
6:30.
Yeah, it's fine with me. Okay,
Yeah.
6:30 on the 17th.
Gives me some time to finish
July.
up work and everything, so.
So
Okay.
next meeting is going to be July 17th at 6:30 p.m.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda, when you're ready,
Do you want to go to the A?
we're gonna go to discussion of master calendar functionality.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna go ahead and share screen on the master calendar.
Okay, I've got 3 questions and then you guys
Mm-hmm.
can chip in with any questions you may have.
Let me share screen momentarily. Oh. Go ahead.
Okay, my first question is how to navigate to it, because I only have it from that email that you sent on May 25th.
Yes.
So I have to go back to that email every time.
There's a couple options. So, one option is you can go to that email, click the link, and click on this star right here, and save it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you can say live calendar, and then bookmark it on your own computer, and you would put done, and then that way, whenever you open a new tab, it would show up right here on the top as a bookmark for you.
All right, so I click the star in the upper right corner
Yep.
at the
right here.
end of the of that URL
Mm-hmm.
section, and then I got a drop down, which allows me to name it and save it in a folder. Now, can we communicate this to the rest of the commissioners? 'Cause
Absolutely.
if I can't find it, you know, they.
And that's probably the easiest way for anyone to find it. Now, it does require everyone to be logged into their CPP emails. So sometimes if you click on the link, it will take you to log in first, then it will automatically go to this page.
Okay, and then after I save it using the star,
Mm-hmm.
where is it? Where do I find it?
So whenever you open a new tab, it's going to go here on top. So
Okay,
for me, I have
perfect.
other things saved. For you, it should be the first one on the left.
And that's called the bookmarks bar.
Correct.
Okay, great. Next question. Well, that's the first 2 questions you already took care of. So once I open it up and I see one that I'm going to attend, I put my name down.
Yes.
Do I need to send you a follow-up email saying, hey, I just signed up for that? Or will you already know?
So I would say if you signed up for something that's happening in the next within less than 72 hours, email me, because I may have already looked at the calendar to see if anyone signed up. However, if you signed up for something in the future, I look at this calendar once a week. So I will see that you signed up for it, and then in the future, I will reach. You're okay?
Yeah, I need a charger. No,
Oh,
I
you
need a charger.
need the
I don't
cord?
think I brought it.
I didn't bring mine either.
As you were, I think Alina has saved one for me because I never.
Okay.
bring-
Go ahead. I
This-
will email you 72 hours prior to the date you selected, confirming the location, the time, the contact person, as well as helping you receive the materials you need. And I usually do 72 hours to make sure that we're actually added to the agenda, because sometimes we show up to places and they don't actually have us on the agenda.
So, do you have an idea of, or recommendation how we communicate this to all the commissioners, the 72-hour policy? You have a recommendation how we communicate that to all the commissioners?
I can send one more email about a month. The first time I sent it was May 21st, so in a week maybe I can send a second follow-up email, remind people that they can sign up for shifts, and explain to them how to add how to start and save it on their computer, as well as that they'll hear from me prior to the meeting itself.
Can
Is
I
that
pro-
helpful?
Can I propose one thing?
Sure.
Maybe we can try. Can we print out this and put it into our agenda for every meeting going forward for like the
Open business?
the open business one? That way, every community member sees it that's there, and everybody that's at the meeting, commissioner-wise, can see it. And they're constantly reminded about it. Like we're sending them a message every minute of the day. Like that they're gonna see it regardless.
I'm happy to do that. We can incorporate it in our open meetings. My only concern around that, and maybe we just verbally say, if you want to sign up, speak to me, is I don't want people to write on the physical paper they have and think they
Oh.
signed up.
Got it. Yeah.
But maybe the instructions and a reminder of what is available to sign up for,
Yes.
and that they need to do it online or by speaking with me. Does that sound
Yeah.
good?
So, we can contact the chair-elect, and we can discuss this, we can put that on the agenda for next meeting, maybe a quick reminder. I know the chair-elect probably has a lot, it's a huge agenda. But what we were talking about is the process for signing up for this, and what happens, if I signed up for something and it's less than 3 days away, then I need to send an email to Yasmin letting her know that I signed up for it, so she can communicate the date and the location and time and everything. But
Okay.
if it's more than 72 hours, then she's gonna automatically see who's signed up and send them, that commissioner or those commissioners, an email with the time and location, all the pertinent information. So, I wanna spread this to the whole commission. So you think at the next regular meeting, you as chair-elect?
I won't be. I take over July 1st.
I know you're chair-elect.
Right.
That's jolly one, you're chair, but still you have input on the agenda.
Oh yeah.
So should I email you, CC to Doug, or email Doug, CC to you, or?
Either way.
Okay.
Yeah, I typically just let him know. He doesn't reach out for information on what to put on the agenda.
Okay, so.
If there's anything, I think any commissioner is able to bring it up.
And usually we do the same. If I want to give a report,
Right.
I'll email Doug, and if he approves it, I just send the information to Alina.
Nice.
Okay, well,
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't the address and information be on there?
My only hesitation with that is quorum. When people sign up, I have to make sure there's no quorum met in the committees. So by asking everyone to sign up and let me know, I'm able to go in and confirm that we're not going to meet quorum and then send the information. If I put the address, my worry is people will show up and will accidentally have quorum of a committee.
I think we could specifically mention that that's a concern, and for everyone just to double check who signed up before they leave and all, because at least for myself, it's gonna be harder for me to select one of those if I don't know the location.
That makes
I
sense.
tend to agree with Commissioner, or Chair-elect Rodriguez, because we get too many emails as it is.
Yeah.
And if it's right on there, I'll see if a bunch of my fellow committee members are there,
Mm-hmm.
and that I'm too many.
Yeah.
So if I could we have one-stop shopping, we'd just go there and click, and there's the location. That would be really nice, if that's possible.
Okay. There's also I can add.
You could even put it by district.
Yeah, I can do that, or zip code, so that everyone knows, because zip code would be even zoomed in, so you know what is the general area. Because I also want people to pick up supplies from me and be able to have like the
You want to be
flyers,
aware.
the sign-in sheets, and then after follow up with them and get that information from them. And then I also print the actual presentation so they can distribute it to everyone who's in the room. I found that to be super helpful, but I can do city zip code. Is that helpful? Or the name of the location, if it's a rec center.
So when I'm running late and I go, where is this place? And I can just go there.
It's easier to have that
And
address.
just go
Okay.
right to that place.
I can add the address and then just
And,
leave the note of coordinating with the staff to
You know
receive
what?
the
I
information.
recommend
Mm-hmm.
like bring that down
Mm-hmm.
and then add like a line item and in red with white letters.
Yeah.
Just,
Write it
put
in.
that
Okay.
notice. Yeah.
Sure. And what I'm hearing is also you need easy access to it. Would that be helpful for you through text message, or do you want it on your calendar? What would be easier for you?
It would be easiest if I had it on my phone.
Okay.
Because my phone is connected to, I have my emails and my calendar on my phone.
So let's say you're presenting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is it best if I text you, "Hey, here's the address for tonight. This is the information," or do you want it on your calendar?
I would like it on the calendar.
Okay, then I
What do
can
you
also
think?
start sending you guys calendar invites with the address.
That'd be great.
So you just click on it and it takes you directly.
I like the calendar invites. It
Okay.
helps.
So should we try that?
Yeah. Trial and error. We'll see how that
And
works.
I'll add the notice as well, because I just realized there's no notice
So
on
I should
calendar.
enter my calendar.
And then send calendar invite for every person signed up for that meeting. Yeah,
yes.
that's helpful.
So if you're not signed up, you're not going.
That's the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought you went to everyone automatically, and so
Oh,
all
you
the
mean-
materials would be there. Yeah, you'd be
You,
physically present with the flyers and all this stuff.
So it depends. For example, I don't usually put my name. I wait to see if we have enough people. But for example, I'll go with the person for that first one. I'll bring everything to kind of show you what the process usually is at these locations. And then after, depending on the commissioner, like I spoke with Commissioner Moma and I asked her, are you comfortable moving forward to do your own presentations? She said yes. So this, she'll be joining me, and then these she's doing on her own. And the email that I was preparing for you today was, I was going to ask you the same thing. Are you comfortable doing those presentations on your own? So if yes, you would be doing these on your own, and you would just pick up the materials from me ahead of time.
Yeah, that's the thing coming down here again.
And
that's
we can
all right.
coordinate where I give it to you at one of our meetings like this, or at the
Oh,
regular
that's a good
business
idea.
meeting. Yeah, so
That's a
that way
good
you don't
idea.
have to come
Right.
an extra trip.
So
That's-
that means signing up, the sooner the better. 'Cause
Mhm.
if there's
Yeah. Other questions you had on the calendar, or anyone else?
Well, the time for this subject is just about erased unless somebody has a really pertinent question. So Armando, you're up for the next one because it's going to be a discussion of the Know Your Rights campaign. If you have anything new to add now or not.
Well, I was kind of just thinking of how you can go about something like this. I don't want to present a campaign that is not objective, in the sense that we allow people to make their own opinions on what their rights are and like what. I mean,
I don't understand what you mean.
I want people to look at the policies, policies
What people?
and the public.
The public.
To know because a lot of them don't know the policies that are the SDPD, or they don't know a lot of the things that are already there. So how can they have an opinion about those? They don't know their rights a lot of the time too.
Right, that's
And
why we're here.
yeah, exactly. So do we want to make this more about know your rights or know your policy kind of thing. Know the SDPD policies.
Well, I think if we entitle it Know Your Rights and we
Yeah.
just put in the policy stuff there, because Know Your Rights sounds a lot better than Know Your Policy. Know Your Policy, what does that mean to the?
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of having like a focus per year?
Yeah.
Meaning like our first promotional focus, Know Your Rights. As far as like where to get the information from, you know, our big time supporters like Kate Yavendetti, I think is her name.
Yeah.
She's part of an organization. I think she mentioned that they have already things like this. These
Oh.
things are in existence, and I think it's more resourceful and more collaborative if we search it out from these nonprofits that provide that type of information. And it takes a weight off our shoulders.
Delegation is, yes, that would be really helpful. I think
So
that,
I'd say
yeah.
connect with SD Alliance is really good as well.
absolutely.
And
Yeah,
that's what they do. That's
Yeah.
what their focus.
Yusef Miller's group and all those
Exactly.
people.
Yeah, so I'll reach out to them and I'll see if I can get
Absolutely.
some content and see if we can, you know, work with them. Are we thinking of
And if it's
distributing
content that
flyers or are we thinking about incorporating something into our website? Like what is the goal?
Yes,
Both?
if I may both, all the
Yeah.
above.
yes.
I'm envisioning not just something, so it's gonna be a collaboration working. It will require some budget, depending how we wanna do it. But like a Know Your Rights with the information that they have, but we will put the CPP logo on it. And the reason in doing so, and that's good on getting it from these nonprofits, is that those are not opinions, those are fact. That's what they do.
Would the process for getting these onto the website have to go through the commission fully to be able to, or do we,
No.
can you, okay, cool. I'm
That's
trying to
an
figure out the
internal
process.
Not if we can
fully.
avoid it.
So,
We're just gonna take it and run with it.
Yeah, that's something me and you can work on with Linda as we're working on the other stuff.
absolutely. So I'll do the primary research and then I'll get a collection of different things we can pull from.
Yeah. If you want to create a draft, and then we can put it.
Oh, deal. That sounds great. Yeah.
A draft of,
Like, what would the page look like?
Yeah, so we were talking earlier to Linda, the person who's in charge of our IT and website design, and so we were trying to determine wireframing for the website. So drafts of like what that would look like for that experience for each user.
okay.
Yeah.
Since you're kind of taking a lead on this one, if you need help, feel free to, you know, give me a call and we can also discuss, like, make like a quick plan
Yeah,
on our vision and what we see so we don't, at least for me, I'd be forgetting things.
yeah, no. If you
And
have,
I think we have amazing ideas.
I think so too. I don't want to let them go. Like I want to make sure we develop these ideas.
And the
go forward.
purpose too is for like events that we go out to, we typically don't have nothing to share. And
Besides
I go,
our own kind of flyers. and
right,
materials,
and
yeah.
I go to a lot of events and
Mhm.
you know, in order to get that interaction, other than this is the contact, well, when should I contact you?
Mhm.
You know, when is my rights violated? Like,
Yeah,
just that engagement within itself. Yeah, and then like possibly the year after that, we could kind of hone in on policies, maybe not all policies, but policies that we have reviewed and issue recommendations and have changed. So like next year, we could focus on vehicle pursuits.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that.
yeah,
Yeah, and if you have any contacts that you want me to reach out to, let me know. If you can share
absolutely.
those, I'll reach out and figure this out.
Last suggestion before we move on, kind of a mix of this and master calendar type of topic. I'm curious, the master calendar, I noticed it has like a lot of planning committees and councils type meetings. Do those repeat throughout the year or they get the presentation like once a year?
Right now, our goal is to at least hit all of them once. And then some of them will invite us to come back in like 3 to 6 months. We're trying to touch base with everyone we presented to 6 months ago to say, hey, like we're still here. We want to come and give you updates on what we're doing. But the main presentation, the introduction is
Right.
once. My goal is we build with them and the next time we go in and give a presentation on how to file a complaint or anything else that we decide.
So what the audience typically entails of?
The audience is usually folks who are involved in their community through these different places. A lot of them are older, maybe retired, depends on the places. A lot of them in different areas will have different groups. So like some areas had 5 people in the room, other areas had 50. But the audience is not usually someone who's filing a complaint. It's someone who we want to target because we want them to know about us, to refer other people, and when we need support, just people to come out, speak on behalf of work we're pushing out, then we can tap into these folks.
Awesome. I like that. I kind of have a recommendation, at least of future forward looking. I kind of want to target those who would place complaints.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of been brainstorming. If you want to make a note, because my computer died, but and send me an email just so I could remember. So I could send you a list of organizations I had in mind that I know interact with, like, you know, juveniles who are in the system, you know, foster juveniles as well as there's this outreach program for offenders prior offenders getting out and trying to get their life together. Yeah. And we hear a lot that, you know, folks in those type of situations feel targeted. So I want them to know that, you know, we exist, especially someone who's trying to turn their life around and, you know, there they go, come across SDPD. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually just talked about this in our staff meeting a couple days ago, where we recognize that we have 2 target audiences and we haven't tapped into the target audience of filing complaints as much or as intentional. Some of the ideas that also came from that conversation is potentially doing complaint clinics where we actually have staff sit in helping people file complaints. So I think a presentation to tell them we exist as a first step, then maybe second step is we're actually helping people file those complaints. So I'll email you, and then from there we can reach out to these orgs and request to give presentations to the base they work with.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I love it.
Terrific. Okay. Next, we're going to jump to website review and discussions. We were still on the landing page last time, I believe.
can't help.
Yeah, can we give a quick update on kind of what we worked on today, actually?
Do you happen to have a charger?
No. But you can use
I
mine.
do.
don't
I
need
can
it.
go
can
grab
get
it.
this one.
Hey, can you make sure it's not in there? Because last time I used it was in this room.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh,
Wait,
Also-
what's your laptop? Is it a C?
yeah.
Yeah, this is not it.
Wait, what?
USB-C.
Oh, I think this is one.
Yep, it was in the box.
There we go. Good location to keep it.
Um,
I'm gonna the landing page. Armando, if you want to give the update.
yeah, so we met with Linda today. I mentioned earlier.
And Linda, again, who is she?
She is the person that's in charge of. She works with the IT team, and she is the person that's in charge of redoing our website, working with us alongside us to kind of change certain elements. And we've kind of set this goal with her, reviewing 1 page per month with her, and do a series of changes. Yes, Alec, you have your hand raised?
Yes. So Linda is an employee of the City of San Diego on the IT team,
Yep.
and she's been assigned to work with the commission to redo the website.
Yep.
What-
She's our IT liaison.
Do you remember? Okay. That's great to know. Thank you. I'm sorry. Proceed.
No, it's all right. And so we met with her for about 45 minutes earlier today. And essentially, we went through what the constraints were for us on the website, where we can really push the envelope in terms of what we want and how we can get there. We talked about the calendar. That's a really important piece for us. We learned that we could not change what was embedded, but we can create a separate page, a separate tab on the actual website.
So our landing page can't change?
Our landing page can change, but in different ways, and we actually prefer the way that she recommended.
Okay.
We asked for her knowledge as a professional to show us where she could potentially go with this and how to get the best looking page and boast the best user experience. Because for us, it's all user experience. And so she needs to understand where we're coming from with user experience, where we want to take our complainants in this sense, right? So we are gonna come up with those scenarios and talk more about it in the future, where we have a wireframe, which is like a kind of look at a web page and all its elements and where someone would click and all the data that goes with one click. And if someone's on that page for 10 seconds versus 30, what that kind of what that tells us is that they're interested in what the content is. And analytics for a page will look at a certain like if you click a button and you fill out a form, that's conversion, right? They look at conversions of data. And so we look at all these specific elements, that experience, that it's seamless, and then also that people are doing what we're hoping they will do, which, they will read on the history of this. They will read about a complaint process. They will look at the policies that we've gone through in the past. They, if we're placing them in the proper places, then they're accessible to everyone. And so we have to be very intentional. So we had that discussion. And
I just to add to that,
Yeah.
basically, given kind of her capacity and how we're meeting as a committee once a month, we agreed on that maybe every time we assign a page, the week before our meeting, everyone sends their feedback via email, if you guys are open to that. Then after that, we put together the feedback and meet with Linda and work with her on how can we make these changes to this page and what are her professional recommendations. And then Armando would create an example of that and bring it to the meeting to show you guys those changes that we're thinking about, that address the concerns of everyone.
And before they're finalized.
Can we just bring her to a meeting?
I don't think she works evenings.
But I don't feel like that would be productive.
You do. Oh, you don't think so?
No, I think the process that we're taking now is really the most productive way to approach someone in her capacity, because we can't just bombard her with all of our ideas, because she won't be able.
Once we figure it out.
Once we have an idea and we talk through all the feedback on what our existing ideas are and what's possible, what's not, and then we give her a finalized draft that then she can take and say, well, I'm going to incorporate like 90% of these suggestions because 10% of it isn't going to work.
Makes perfect sense.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when we say by page, right? So we click on a tab, we're on a page.
This is a page.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say we're on a page.
And then it takes us somewhere else.
No. We're, let's say, on a different tab and we're looking at it. We don't have a problem with the layout. We just want to change the content. We don't have to reach out to her, do we?
Everything we
she'll be the point of contact to change things.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes,
good to know.
except so that is the process right now for the calendar editing, and we just discussed this with her where we can get access to the calendar. Yasmin and myself will be able to get access to change calendar without having to go through her.
Yeah, she's gonna give us a training and walk us through what that process looks like.
Yeah, and then on top of that, constant contact is something that Yasmin's had to get the data from a different form, the form that's already on here. And she gets that data and she has to input it in a different system, right? And so we want to make that process seamless. So Yasmin brought up the suggestion of just embedding the constant contact form in the actual site. And that would allow, Yasmin to have more time because she doesn't have to do that. But also it's adding to the experience for the user.
And that's, the constant contact is basically how people subscribe to join our email list. So usually we manually do it. Now we found a way to do it automatically.
Question. How do you feel about, for our next meeting, instead of, I know we're treating it page by page with IT, but I was just thinking of taking like a couple hours, do a deep dive, write a report on my vision, and then you guys can do with that as you see fit, kind of implement what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah. And the thing about Linda, she sent us a few examples of like the best user experiences in certain city websites, so we can send those to you.
Yeah, I saw some. I don't know if you guys went ahead and looked at other commissions' sites. I think ours is pretty good compared to what others look like. So definitely,
Well,
Jasmine.
others must be terrible because ours
yeah,
stinks.
you've been killing it.
I agree with both of you.
No,
Same.
I was looking
Thank
at
you.
For one person, like, yeah, I mean, go into other commission websites and you'll see what I'm referring to.
I wish I have an example of what it looked like when I started. That would have been great.
Well, if that's your work, I'm sorry to criticize.
Oh no,
criticize
no,
so harshly,
please.
but,
I'm not an expert on the topic, so no problem at all.
It's not supposed to be her work.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's outside of her scope.
You're right. But in preparing for this meeting, I just looked at the first page, this landing page, and the next tab of the about page, and they both need complete redos. Complete redos.
Yes.
Well,
But so I don't know how much we can and cannot do, and like if I put in something that may be considered not ordinary, something that may, maybe, I wouldn't say controversial, but something you wouldn't normally see on the city website, like a criticism of perhaps internal affairs or something, just as an example. Can I stick that in there?
That's a Bart question.
Like an opinion page? Why?
I don't think so. I think
Why?
we can do anything related to SDPD. We should be having links, but not only criticism as well as the good things that they do.
Yeah.
Because it's police practices.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm envisioning like an opinion column or opinion where people write in saying,
Yeah.
of course we edit it and make sure it's
We could
phrased
have. I mean,
appropriately.
this is kind of an idea on the same kind of like tangent. You know how we had the questions for the commissioners who were applying for the roles
Mhm.
for cabinet? We could have a question put out to the commissioners for the website, like we're showcasing perspectives of the commissioners on certain hot topics.
Is what you were talking about, looking at the candidate questionnaires. Is that what you're talking about, the opinions expressed by the candidates
Yes.
for the commission?
But we make it more wide ranging, and we have all the commissioners. They're
Right.
they're able to bring in their perspective, and some might agree with you, some might disagree, but that's everyone's perspective, and we can put them into like a little tab, like where there's just different topics that we discuss.
Yeah, if the virtue of that is that right now people look at the landing page and there's a picture. It's a fairly diverse group, but it doesn't tell you anything other than it's different colored people.
Mhm.
I
But if you
completely agree.
have the little thing from Alec Barr, this is why I'm doing it, or
Yeah.
Chair-elect Rodriguez saying this is what my background, this is why I'm doing it, then an ordinary person looking at it goes, hey, well it is a representative of my community.
Mhm.
I agree. The landing page for sure needs work.
Would you all like to take some time for me to actually share like the specific things you've noticed so we can take note of it and then take it back and work on how do we improve this page with Linda?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
First thing. So when you look at it, this is the landing page, Commission on Police Practices. There's no information. Just says subscribe now. I don't think that's in the right place because what am I subscribing to? I know we have an about section which kind of goes deep into the about, but the landing page should at least have a paragraph, some sort of mission.
Yeah. Do you think our
That
mission
was my
statement
thought.
should be on the first page?
That was my thoughts exactly, that our mission statement's got to be front and center.
Right.
As soon as you open that up, we're here for this reason.
Question.
It's directly from the ordinance, it's directly from the bylaws. This is why we're here tonight.
How do you both or all of you feel about, instead of this photo, because Linda today said we can put a YouTube video, how do you feel about putting a 30-second or 45-second quick YouTube video that automatically plays the moment you get to that page and
Not
says...
currently.
Okay.
Because we don't have, that is my vision though. You're right on par with my vision.
Yeah.
I spoke to Flores on an idea and an opportunity that came across, and actually you guys were already thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I connected with the founder of the Davis Harp Foundation.
Okay.
And this is a nonprofit that connects with juveniles from low income communities, or a lot of them are in the system, and are there for those that are interested in music, creative, digital things, and photography. And I saw the amazing work that they're doing. They've
Bring
done
them
work
in who do this.
as far as, making like 30-second clips on
Oh,
like
awesome.
what we do. They should show up to like events.
Mhm.
So maybe if we have a community hearing and they take professional photos.
Yeah.
And when I say professional, it's top notch. And the reason I kind of really want to work with this foundation, number one, is we're interacting with our community.
Mm-hmm.
As a CPP, we're interacting with nonprofit. We're giving our community youth something to engage with. Not only that, as they do it, they're going to have knowledge of this and spread it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's, I have a contact. Are you guys okay if I just connect you guys with that contact, and then you guys take it from there?
They're based in San Diego. Okay.
A few minutes from here, actually.
Yeah. I was in a meeting with Jaime and with Johnny.
Johnny.
And Jaime had done work previously with them,
Mm-hmm.
so it's worth exploring. I just don't know how to go about this, but you're the expert on
It's
that.
So
something
also
down the road.
mention-
It's something down the road.
Yeah, down the road.
It doesn't have to be, because I would prefer budget wise, like that we would be able to support. But even then, when I spoke to the founder, he mentioned, even if you guys are not able to, pay or get a budget approved for this, he's willing to work with us. It's
Okay.
opportunity for the children to interact, and
What would be appropriate stipend or appropriate amount?
I'm not
to
sure. That
compensate
would
them?
be
How do we calculate that?
that would
Because-
be further discussion. It could be per event.
Yeah.
Like if we invite them to come to a community hearing to take
Oh.
photos. Or it could be a one-time thing for us to take photos for our page that are professional, not from an iPhone.
Yeah, I might be able to tap into some.
Can we start a conversation with Bart and with Jaime about this specifically and see if we can get an idea of what's possible within this? Because they would
We
be
do.
the ones that would be in charge of that specifically.
What would the
right?
conversation with Bart and Jaime be about?
Since
Well,
he's
now we
a-
can pay the,
Yeah,
kids.
how we can, if we can do
or
that,
transfer
or
money to the foundation somehow.
or be able to just do an award ceremony where we are able to support them community wise.
Yeah. Or just a one-time support, and
but
we kind of collaborate
Yeah.
together.
the city has an RFP process. We should have to be aware of like how we interact.
No,
with
no.
different groups.
What do you mean?
Don't you have to if we want media support for creating content? Don't we have to put out an RFP or something? I don't know.
Well, we're not hiring them.
Right, yeah.
We're
not hiring
working
anybody.
with
if we're
a
paying them, we're hiring.
nonprofit.
Well,
We're not paying
We're
them.
donating to the foundation.
We're donating to a foundation.
Got it. Okay, cool. As long as that's
Yeah.
how. I just want to make sure that
I
we're on the
just
same
wanted
page.
to, because of the service that they're willing to
Oh,
provide,
fully
I
want
was
to support them.
hoping that we could take some part of that
Of
budget. and
our budget.
our budget, yeah.
I
Or
have
the
to write this down, I'll
CPP's
forget.
budget, because budget review, that's gonna come down the line as well. But typically, as a community serving commission, we
Yeah.
should absolutely have a budget separate for our interaction with nonprofit organizations.
That's a really interesting
Yeah.
legal question, because I don't remember coming across that at the county ever. One of our volunteer
See, because they're
organizations using
nonprofit,
our
I
funds,
would think
using
it's
public
okay.
funds to donate to a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, I see all these.
I will say
flags,
in the
but-
past I've tried to buy like a gala ticket to show up to gala events, and I was told we're not allowed to use city funding for things that would go towards a donation
Yeah,
or an
that's
organization.
that's coming
Yeah.
across my screen. But
So maybe it
But-
would have to go through RF.
or we can find another source to make the donation outside the commission, because I know
Yeah.
some people.
Yeah, that would be a BART, and
Yeah, that's why I'm
You
like,
can do that
there's so many
deep
ways
dive.
to go.
It would require thoughtful.
Mainly good, but we have to keep it that way, and we have to be very intentional with how we go about this. I sent a description of a scholarship program to Bart that might be in line with what we're discussing,
Mm-hmm.
and so that could be a route we take. That's something that is allowed under the charter.
Oh, really?
It's
really?
just something that we have to go about a certain way, and it's something that I can discuss with Bart and with Jaime and see if that's something that is possible in these scenarios where we actively reach out to the community and ask for support in creating media and partner with various groups, not just one group. Because I would love to work with them, but I also don't want to limit us in our ability to support the entire community.
Right. Right.
Because I love what they're doing, but I just don't want us to get dinged, like, you know, with any issues, and I don't want to put us in that situation.
No, that's why we got a great commission that has quite a great amount of people in the legal field, and we have Bart.
Oh yeah.
I just throw things out the mouth, and then you guys tell me that is not a good idea, and I'll be like, okay.
It's a great idea. Is it okay if my next step is to reach out to both Jaime and Bart and see what I can do to figure this
Yes.
out with? Okay, cool. And then I'll report back this next meeting. And Yasmin, if you want to be part of that conversation, that'd probably be really helpful.
I love Armando because he gives himself action
I
items.
know. That's the second one already.
Damn, why don't you do
Do
next
you want
time?
to, I'd like to listen in or be part of that meeting.
Yeah, of course.
So if you can
Yeah.
include me, I'll see if I can carve out time and be there.
Okay. Consider that done.
Okay.
Um,
So we were on the subject of
The review on the page.
review of the landing page. So
there
yeah,
was a change that's already done that we mentioned earlier today. Did you notice it?
no.
The map.
Yeah. So we mentioned a change to Linda earlier. We're like, hey, can we, this is a bad experience for our users. And she changed it, you know, immediately.
I
So,
don't see it. I don't see the change.
so yeah, just the address wasn't a link before,
Oh.
now it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Something
that-
little like that already makes a difference for someone. And so just to be able to have,
Yes, that's an important thing.
yeah, and so she was really receptive to the changes, and you know she will incorporate them as quickly as she can.
Yeah, but to your question, yes, a video clip that plays, that would be like perfect.
It'd have to be a good clip.
Right, I'm telling you, what I
Boring
saw,
silly
it's
crap.
professional. Like, it's not, no, and I'm a little extra.
But is it going to reach
Maybe
people
not.
and get their
Oh
attention, or
yes,
is it going to be like?
they are professionals.
Hi,
I
this
was
is what
so
we-
impressed. I'm
Okay.
telling you,
I believe that it's professional, but does it
it's
have
yeah,
the
they know what they're doing.
Is it- can it
Engaging.
grip the people, it'll engage people?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we have yet to really know what we can do to change things. If we,
So, I
go
can
ahead.
share some of the things that we already got confirmation. So
Yes.
the calendar, where we can add a button that will take us to a separate page with the calendar. So that we can already do.
That's the master calendar you've created.
A version of that would be on the website. So they would be two separate ones because the master calendar has people's names. We wouldn't want to show that. Versus the one online would show all our meetings, committee meetings,
Right.
all the opportunities of outreach we're doing, and where can people find us, basically.
That'd be fantastic.
And the goal is we're manually updating
So we
that.
can do a calendar like that, and it is or is not going to be on the landing page.
A button will be on the landing page that will take you to that calendar.
Okay.
And then we can have a rotating kind of slider that has our different photos.
What's a slider?
I'm not sure who has it, but for example, let me see if Sandy will. Like, if you're on the website, instead of this still image, it would be rotating different images. Yeah. And that could be a part of like different news that we're sharing. We can also put, you asked about a news area. We can add a news area on here. We didn't ask Linda that today, but I've seen it in the past, so I know we can do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's most for this page so far what we talked about.
Yeah, so far, yeah. And we did talk about other pages to a degree. We talked about the complaint portal for us where we have that limitation on media. Like I mentioned with the SDPD's complaint portal,
Uh-huh.
ours was limited to 5 megabytes and like 100 megabytes, and it was very limited. So I asked if we can up it to 2 gigabytes at the minimum and up to whatever she can envision. Because for us, getting the evidence early on is going to help our investigators do significantly more.
Can they add a search bar?
Probably.
Sorry.
What would you want it to search?
Not specifically on the homepage, like scroll up, but like at the top,
Like this
like
one?
next to contact. Well, that one, would it be specifically CPP or just like the San Diego?
I believe the city overall page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a thought, and not necessary, but
I was thinking about something too, adding the commissioners to the front page, the landing page, like the actual because we're the community, we're the representatives of the mission, and then our specific icons with they contact us underneath.
that typically would fall under about, because that's when you want to go deep into about like the staff, about commissioners, and that's when people want to dive deep. So there could be like a button that says, learn about our commissioners or whatever.
Well, yeah, if you go.
Yeah, because right now, think of how many, like if you go down.
So maybe one of the most requested links is one of our
Yeah.
about instead of it being right there.
Most requested links gotta go.
But again, we can't determine this until we look at the analytics.
The
that we
data,
sent.
yeah.
And so we're going to look at the data and go back to her with some more information.
I love the meeting agenda minutes and recordings being right there.
These three
Yes.
actually are some of our most accessed link. I was looking at the data right before the meeting. So
Yeah.
these three definitely need to stay. We talked last meeting about updating in the works, so maybe we replace this one with something else.
Well,
In
just
the works,
the title most requested links gotta go.
What would you recommend?
Nothing. People could figure it out. They want to know what's the next meeting. They go, oh, there's the meeting.
That's where we put
But
the
in
mission
works-
statement.
In the works, I don't know about that.
we don't have a catchy phrase. Or like we should come up with like a CPP, not catchy phrase, but like, like a statement logo, kind of
I
like
like it.
providing transparency
Like
and
brunch and
whatever,
wellness.
something,
Brunch and wellness.
What?
No, our shirt. It says brunch and I'm just kidding.
Oh,
It's a
Brunch
joke.
and Wellness Club.
So
That's a great idea. Question on Brunch and Wellness.
because we don't want to overwhelm it too much.
That's
Yeah.
one thing Linda said today is she loves how clean
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like that we removed a lot of stuff off of it.
It's straight.
It's not overwhelming. It's straightforward. It's easy to locate things on the page. Yeah. So I think whatever changes we make, we need to keep those goals in mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I would move the pictures to the about page too. We want the front page to be all business.
And I want something
Not a bunch of
sort
happy
of more
faces.
than file a complaint.
Something
Meaning,
more
like if they just want to talk to us,
than.
so, like a button more like feedback or whatever, because someone might not be in a situation that they want to file a complaint,
Right.
but they might want to
They need some advice.
talk about a situation, or they might have witnessed something out in the street and they don't know, they don't know that person, they don't know the officer was driving
Yeah.
by. For example, I want to know, like in the past year, it's been at least twice that I've seen officers just shoom with no lights,
Yeah.
And best to believe I have a little notepad with the vehicle number and everything. Those are things we want to keep track of.
Right. So instead
I
of
got
file a
you, me too.
complaint, it'd be something like, do you want to talk about a situation? Somewhere they not feel like they have to file
Yes.
a complaint, where they can just say, "Is this wrong? Can I take action?" I don't know how we would phrase it. So
Types
brief. I have
of
to think about
complaints
it.
or
I know exactly what you mean. I don't know how to phrase it either. I just
I'll
wanted
figure
to
it out.
get
I've
the
got a good
idea
brain.
out there.
And we can, Armando and I can figure out the
yeah,
wording.
Yeah.
workshop
I think
it.
what your goal
Let's
goal
just
is
get
like,
the chunk.
how
Yeah.
do we get people to contact us regardless of
Yeah.
what they're looking for? They just like contact us and make it catchy.
I know that there's like they could find the email, but I
Mhm.
want to make it easy. It's
Mhm.
not just file a complaint. What if I want to reach out? More than something less than a complaint, but some people may be intimidated
Yeah.
to write an email directly.
Okay, so maybe we can look at how do we make this area more, not this area, but this information more catchy, which is if they want to just reach out to us.
Correct.
Okay.
Not that
Not that
information
corner,
highlighted.
but where the file a complaint button, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like having an additional button or
Mhm.
replacing the in the works with some sort of
Yeah, something to invite people to tell us what they're thinking. You know, what's on your mind? What are you thinking? You know, are you troubled? Did something bother you?
feedback
I'll think
to
of,
us.
I'll think of a little three-word
Even
phrase
like
for it.
you know, if they think we're not doing a good job, I want to know.
Well, it's not just that. We've had cases come before us where I've seen where the person is just not sophisticated, is not educated. They're trying to say what happened. They're trying to articulate what happened, but they just don't really have the skills to articulate it. So that person is not going to file a complaint because they can't articulate it. But if there's a button where they can get a hold of us and talk to somebody and say, "Oh, that happened. Okay, well we can show you how to file a complaint."
Would it be too much to add a page that says, you know, the types of allegations, or like
That's very good.
information on like, you know, what a complaint typically is, what a complaint, you know, has been in the past, in terms of like understanding, you know, how to communicate these phrases, even like
That's a brilliant idea. Do it
Yeah.
very simply. Here's a complaint we've seen before about the way sending a police officer talked to me.
yeah.
And then we'll link it to the policy. Well, the policy says they have to be nice to you, and here's what the policy says. You know.
I would like a file a complaint tab.
On the top.
And then that file a complaint tab will have that information that you guys just discussed.
Yeah.
And then that additional button of now, like this is
Yeah.
how you file a complaint. I want it to have, I want them to have the availability to print it. What
Yeah.
if they want to come in, to do it online,
Yeah.
to fax it, whatever. But
You know, something that really helped me is I looked at the file a police report experience. Have you guys ever tried it online?
Mm-hmm.
You guys have seen kind of how they have scenarios, and it's very much like it's a user-friendly experience when you're trying to figure out how to communicate something that is happening to me and that I need to, you know, help resolve with this process. And so they did an incredible job of it. It didn't translate over to the complaint form, which they could have. That process was really well done. It's through that software that's Bart was getting for the investigators. That's the back end of this process.
Not LexisNexis.
No.
LexisNexis is what they use for the police report site. If you look at it, that's the logo that's on the corner.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you can pull it up right now, I promise you.
I believe you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
Yeah.
check that out because
I
I've
don't
only
know.
known LexisNexis to be used by attorneys to do research, and paralegals
Yeah.
and so forth to do
But
research.
I mean, the way it seems is that they have another way to go about this where you can just submit that report and it goes into that system automatically. That's kind of what I'm gauging that's what it is from what I see. And so if that's the case, if we have access to that software, we can change the process entirely on our end.
to what software?
The LexisNexis, which is what Bart's getting access to. And so this investigatory pipeline will be
How does
already
that relate to?
the process for filing a complaint against an officer can be what we're describing all in one through the LexisNexis software, potentially, if that's what they're already doing for police reports. If you know what I mean, like when you go into it, like file a complaint, you see all of the scenarios just like you'd see with the actual police report online. And you get to fill out all the information.
Gotcha. So that would be like that's why I think we need like a separate tab for complaints.
Yeah, that's
For
exactly why.
that chunk of information would be different, not links, but maybe like a different look under that same tab.
Yes.
But it's just the meats on what a complaint entails. I want them to know the process, no surprises. You know,
Yeah.
that's why the community could be angered. They don't know the process. They don't know the timeline. So let's be realistic and put a timeline, things like that.
Yeah, what to expect.
What to expect during
well,
the
that's
complaint
something we
process.
should talk about.
Yeah, like
because-
what's formal versus informal, like that's already something that like.
Yeah, that's something we should discuss
That's
big
something
time.
we need to discuss, because if we tell them it's gonna be 6 months, 8 months down the road, that may discourage a person from filing a complaint.
Yeah.
And so we just say, well, it can be a lengthy process, but, you know, we wanna hear from you, that kind of thing. But anyway, it is 7:31. So,
I think we got a lot done.
We did. Action items for next.
Ooh, please add, for news and resources, on that email that you're sending me, for me to send you a list, I have a list in my house. I also envision that page, more of the resources for community. Like I think we have the SDPD page there, but no, I want to see places that someone who may place a complaint would need resources to, maybe like even the San Diego Family Center for DV, for, you know, any type of resources. Yeah.
That makes sense.
okay. In our last few minutes, what action items do you wanna propose for the next meeting?
Since we're gonna have a new chair in
New
July,
cabinet, a new
I would
cabinet.
like to add an action item where we look at getting interviews for our CPP leadership. To have them work with reach out to Union Tribune or reach out to different media contacts to see if we can get them, to have their platform and to be able to, share the mission of the CPP and the commissioners and amplify our voice.
Okay, so we're talking about like Union Tribune, NPR, whoever we can get, Times of San Diego, whoever we can get.
Times of New York, just
Okay.
El País.
So are you proposing a press release?
I am proposing we do a press release, but we also reach out to these different organizations and let them know that we have a new cabinet, and much like I don't know how Gloria was able to get interviews or get that
Connections.
connections, and so we need to establish those connections again and make sure that we're able to amplify
Okay.
our chair's voice as well as our interim chair.
Yeah, that's
Madam Chair.
Then that's-
whatever you'd like.
pretty
I'm
much
sorry.
one of somebody from this team having
Non-gender.
contact with
That-
someone in the
okay.
media.
That's gonna be two agenda items then. One is trying to arrange interviews, trying to get our new cabinet interviewed, and secondly, doing a press release.
So
Because I've never done one.
What's the
My-
press release
Can't be
gonna
that hard.
entail of?
my recommendation would
We have a new
be
cabinet.
Yeah.
my recommendation would be we send out a statement. It doesn't have to be a release, and we say the Commission on Police Practices just elected a new cabinet. We include information for a contact number of you, and then to request interviews, please contact our chair. I can make that and I can send it out and
Yeah.
see if anyone bites, and
You
then
do
if
that?
people have personal relationships with specific folks in media, that's when you reach out personally and ask, hey, can you make a story? Because sometimes media
Right.
doesn't bite every story, right? Especially
Right.
if it's not like a hot topic. So that's where the personal connections come. But the actual press release and I send it out to the list, I can do that easily. Yeah.
Last thing, I have a note to myself from this meeting saying I am to email Doug and Ada about, and I didn't finish it. What am I supposed to email them about? We were talking about it
In
earlier.
regards to adding the calendar to the
Okay, to the
meetings.
discussion at the meeting, yes.
You're
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Wow. Good job.
Thank you
You're not
so
doing that.
much.
What else is there?
I was gonna say something, I forgot.
So I
And,
can't email you and Doug and Clovis and, because that, is it
It's
cabinet
usually
considered a
just the
quorum?
chair that does the agenda. So are you
Alright.
aiming for the July meeting?
Yeah.
Then I would recommend you just email.
Just-
Alright.
Yeah, those are good questions though, because I don't see what's wrong with
Include
one commissioner connecting with, the chair or the vice
But
chair.
is the cabinet like a standing committee where?
Yeah.
where it's,
No.
requires a quorum, it's not.
Mm-mm.
So I should be able to email all three of you.
Yeah. Is there also anything that the other committees should communicate via press release to support what we're doing?
They need to come to outreach.
Well, we're part of those committees, guys. Come on. Like the policy committee, for example, is moving forward with the 15 different policies, and they're going to review those, and they're going to hopefully ask for different case numbers from different community members to incorporate in those recommendations. And that's something that maybe we can, preemptively ask for to support them.
Ask who?
The community for case numbers that may, fall in line with any of the 15 recommendations that we're going to.
I think that could be messy.
Yeah, with press releases, my recommendation is to stick to one topic. I
have.
think once the policy committee identifies what they want to do and how they want to do it, then they can send out a separate one.
You're suggesting a separate press release, right?
Separate,
Oh.
but like,
Oh, I see. I thought you meant in the same.
but you're right. It's not the press will
Right.
fight on this. It's more so like we want to let the community know. We need to find a way to communicate that properly with them.
It just brings questions as far as what would be our limitations to that, because they could have their case number, but do we still have access to those files? How are we able to relate the case as the public? I don't think we're able
Those
to
are
do
good
that.
questions because I didn't even consider that. You're right. Like even if we get the case number, we won't know what's in the case.
Yeah,
Potentially.
depending how old it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, can we move
And-
to adjourn at this time?
Yes.
Is it by consensus?
Yes.
Adjourn at this time.